The Life of Lord Mahavira, Refuge to the Demon King, Part 3 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on August 25, 2019, in Newland Ashram, Taiwan, also known as Formosa.
As I told you before, I wasn't ashamed to have told you that some of my so-called disciples are still at the hell level. Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah. At my own expense, I told you that. Okay? And I try a lot still, but they still, some of them have not came out of their own slumber. Okay, huh? So please, this is difficult for you to know who is who. Yeah? Heavens know, and they always tell me, okay? Even if I don't see it, they tell me. They point out this, that, and even tell me the names. So you do not think that you're alone in bad or good situation. We are transparent to the whole universe, okay? There's nothing we can hide, really. Not to talk about people who has magic or who has this clairvoyant eye that they can see your aura to know what kind of people you are, okay? Your magnetic field says everything. Your aura says everything. Not to talk about that. Talk about invisible beings, the heavens and hells even. They see you all. There's nothing we can hide except ourselves. It's good we have this body so we don't see too much. Otherwise, we'll be too scared or too sad. Sometimes people say ignorance is bliss because of that. Don't ever think that you are something, okay? And don't ever always think that maybe the person who you trust or you love are really perfect. Not necessary, okay, huh? Yes. Because sometimes the person you are so-called maybe in love with, okay, that cannot be helped because you may be enemies, past life, then love at first sight, jup. Then don't blame me if the lover cannot come to New Land. It's for your good also, as well as good for everyone else here. Because you cannot see it. You cannot see it outside. He look the same like you, and could even talk sweetly, and maybe volunteer to do many hard jobs. Nothing like that counts in the eyes of heavens. In the eyes of heavens, saints, only the inside counts, okay? Just like we practice the Kuan Yin method. We practice only inside. Nobody see that you practicing anything. You don't even have big prayer beads. Yes, you don't have even any clothes to signify that you're something different. That they have been monks, and none, I don't mean that, okay? They have been before they met me or after they meet me. That doesn't matter. That's their choice, okay? But doesn't mean that signify that they practice Kuan Yin method even. They just stay in any temple or go out, people think they're just a monk and nuns, yeah? And you practice inside. You see the light inside, you hear the inside nature. Nobody see nothing. Nobody know who you are. Because inside, that counts. The Buddha say you turn yourself inward to hear your own nature. He didn't say use your ears to hear music outside. To hear anything. Even one of his disciples listening to the Buddha's voice in the beginning and get some enlightenment. Even Buddha did not say that is the best method, because he knows if the Buddha is sick or the Buddha gone nirvana and human beings cannot hear his voice anymore, then how would they get enlightenment? So, of the 84,000 method. Still, the inner sound, inner light. are the best, the most reliable, because they're always there. It's you, it's your nature. It will never die, it never disappear, it never stop. Even your body die, it will still be there. With your astral body, with your second body, with your third body, with 4, 5, etc. body. So that's the only thing that lasts with you forever. Wherever you go, whatever level you attain. Because it is you, it's your true self. That's why the Buddha emphasized that in many sutras, not just one. Okay? All the masters taught this method, not just one master. If you really have time, you study all the scripture, here and there, always mention either a different name, shabda, that's the inner sound. For example, that is in Hindu, Sanskrit, shabda, mean the sound. And they talk everything, it's all about the light and the sound and the true self. It's just that if you don't practice Kuan method, you would not capish what they're talking about. Or capish very little, no matter what religion you follow. You don't understand the scriptures. And now, do you understand your scriptures? Yes or no? Yes. How many understand? Raise hand. I mean, different religion. How many of you understand your scripture when you read it? Only 4 or 5 people? Are you joking? The scripture, the teaching of the Buddha. I don't mean the Surangama Sutra, maybe difficult, but when the Buddha talk about the hearing inside, hearing the sound inside, seeing the light inside, did you understand? Do you understand? Yes or no? The Buddhist? Okay. The Catholic, do you understand the sound of the thunder? The word, in the beginning of the word, meaning the original word, the original sound. Lack of vocabulary, they say the word. Because if they say the sound, the people might think the sound outside, no? I ask again, do you understand? You're teaching now. Raise your hand so I can see it. Okay, good. I'm happy. Because if you don't, please walk out of here. Because up to now, if the people who practice many years still don't understand the Buddha scripture, I mean some simple one when he talk about only the light and sound and self-nature, then please just walk out of my greenhouse. My palace, yeah. Oh, God. Or the Christian even, if you don't understand Jesus talking, even if they censor a lot, they cut a lot already, still here and there you find it. God talk, God's voice like sound of thunder, and God appear like flame, like a bush, flame in the bush, but the bush don't burn. Huh? Yeah, thing like that. My God. Okay, I know. I'm not all well, but when I'm talking to you, I'm very energetic like that. I'm all in. Nothing else in my mind. Nothing, absolutely nothing, except this, except you and the present moment. Lucky I'm not running for president of any country. Hey? Yes. Yeah. I beat them all. Even the people who are not able to stay or come to new land, this probably temporarily only, okay? Is the dark time of your life. Maybe you did something wrong, or maybe you thought something wrong, maybe something, or you have not tried hard enough to practice. You just practice outside and not inside. So check yourself out, okay? Not check anybody else. Not even how your president is doing, okay? See, he doing their best, as they know it, okay? In their own circumstance. They have their own problem, they have their pressure, they have other party pressure, they have people pressure. They do what they can. Don't criticize anybody, criticize yourself. That's what I advise. Now, I promise to read you the story. I try, okay? The story begins now. Next story concerns giving refuge to the demon king. Imagine that. The demon king came and took refuge in Lord Mahavira, because they know who's who. This is only the 6th year, half the time of his, complete practicing. Of course, the Lord Mahavira did not know or did not think or did not promise that he will practice asceticism for 12 years. But in the book, it says so. So only halfway through, the demon king already came and took refuge in him. The demons, they know. Even if they are demons, they know who is who. That is the problem. We are transparent. We cannot cheat anybody for long. And even if we can, we will have to pay heavy price for that, soon or later, this life or the next. The law of the universe will not spare anybody, no matter who you are. It's only the inside that counts, because they know the inside. Even at that time, the Lord Mahavira did not even realize his own self-greatness yet. He's only halfway through. He knows maybe he has some little power of compassion, cool the fire, or resist the demons' tricks and the snake bites and stuff like that, but he did not know that he is the Buddha yet. Still, the demons already knew and took refuge in him. I told you already, in India, I was just walking around looking for a book to read. The Bhagavad Gita is very famous. I want to know, what is it all about? I just want to read that book. And people already come follow me, want to be my disciple. The reluctant master on the Ganges River had to teach, because promised already. But he had very good experience. He has absolute faith. So I came back some years later. He said, "Oh, my great big guru coming." Big guru, I'm only so small. 1 meter, less than 50 something. My big guru coming, my great guru coming. Everybody was looking. Who is your big guru? Oh, a small girl. At that time I was only maybe 30 and wearing the robe that they have never seen in their life. The Chinese monk's robe. I was already a monk. I went back to India. I had nothing to do at that time. I had only a couple of disciples. If you are destined to be in the public eyes to teach people, you cannot run away. I didn't know anything at that time. My level was not all that high. I didn't know I was going to be a master or anything. But even one of my teacher, one of my master at that time, he knows. He has a vision, and he told his secretary, his assistant, he told me, after he died, there will be a woman who come and take over. And she told me that. But of course he didn't tell me it's me now. I said, "Oh, that's nice. I wish I know who she is." And she don't tell me nothing. And then, I don't know, somehow word gets out. So many of the Sikh, many of the disciples, residents in that ashram at that time, they come praising me or bow to me. It scared me to death. The old man with beautiful, white, dignified turban and long beard, white like this, white hair and white long beard, come and prostrate to me. My God, I was so scared. I run away. I dropped my newspaper. I'd run away. Yeah. Maybe word got out. Yeah. This secretary of that master, she could not keep secret. That I knew. Yeah. But she kept secret to me. She just say that, but she don't say nothing more. But she always check on me, At night, she always came in my room. I see when I'm still writing or doing something. Say, "What are you doing?" I was a little bit kind of awe of her, She's a master closest, And it's been a long time, and she's big and German, Wow. Long blonde hair and big and very muscular, and I am a very small, black hair, and new, just write some letters for the master. Have no position in the ashram, and always came late for lunch and dinner, and I'm always hungry and always want to have some chocolate and never can. All money offered to master. I thank God for that, but I had no money to buy even a piece of Indian sweet. When you don't have enough food, you will crave for sweet. Make sure you eat enough, okay? Don't be too ascetic, because you need this temple. Okay, you need it. You need it. Just don't eat for greed and gluttonous reason, but eat enough so that your body function. Okay? So they can use all the energy to concentrate on the inside. Because if you don't eat enough, your body craves for something. Your mind is busy thinking of food, and you can hardly concentrate. The Buddhas and his Sanghas are different. They live in different time. Okay? At that time, there's no pollution, not much temptation, not much of the so-called civilization that can bother them too much. Okay? They don't know what Mercedes is, so they cannot even want it. The best is just to sit in a horse car. Everybody has that. Or a horse, even the best horse is just a horse. Okay? Look like every other horse outside. It's not much to tempt you. Being a monk at that time, they must go out for alms. That is a normal procedure of that time, okay? Otherwise, the Buddha could also ask his father, the king, to supply him and his monks all the things that they need and more. But he wanted to follow that tradition, old tradition of monks and nuns. The monks and nuns in India, the Hindu, they still do that. They still wander around so that they don't feel attached to any place. And they receive alms whenever they have. If they don't have, they just go hungry. I don't know what method they practice. But if you want to practice asceticism, then just follow that, okay? If you want to practice Guanyin method, it's a different method, okay? Asceticism, you have to forego many things. You have to wear only one pair of clothes, or two maximum. One to wash, one to wear. And you eat only one time a day. Whatever is given to you, you eat. That is a different method of practice, okay? You practice the method of asceticism. You will also arrive at liberation from the three worlds. That is a lot already. I mean, you go to the fourth world maximum, okay? And maybe there, Buddha, Bodhisattva, saint will help you to climb up more slowly. But you are liberated from the three worlds, and that is for sure. If you follow the monks and nuns' practice of asceticism, okay? You must not want anything. You must not ask for anything except what's given to you. If not given to you, you just keep quiet. And you don't have a house. You don't have an abode of comfort. You must go somewhere alone, maybe a thatch hut if somebody builds it for you, or in the jungle, alone, under the tree. Then you will reach liberation. And you study the Buddha Sutra. Remember Buddha all the time. Whatever method you choose from Buddha as a method, you have to follow that. You cannot do anything more. Truly.